21st century belongs to which country? There should be a question. 21st century, 2000, 2000 onward belongs to which country? Then answer would be China. The 21st century belongs to China. China is the only country that is going like a rocket. If you see the electronics technology, then China is going like a rocket. Aeroplane rise like this. Slowly, slowly, it will go up. But China's aeroplane is rocket. It is going like this. And unfortunately, I would not say these words, but whatever it is. It's a matter of pride. I'm not saying it is not matter of pride. If someone is not harming other and he is growing, then it is a matter of pride. But unfortunately, India should also rise. If it is not rising, then India is coming in shadow of China. Now, worldwide, 80% to 90% the smartphones, that is the present and future, are being sold by Chinese company. Either it is United States, Canada, Brazil, Africa, Europe, Australia, Asia, Russia, wherever. Everywhere Chinese phones. 80 to 90% phones are Chinese phones. In 10 or 20% only the Samsung or Apple comes into the picture. The reason is durability, and then the quality, and then main is the price is very low. No comparison with the Apple phone and Chinese phone. If you see Xiaomi phone, it comes in $100, whereas Apple phone comes in $2,000. In that way, the Chinese company, they are ruling the world. So China is not only in electronics, laptop. Okay, so think Lenovo laptop. They are being manufactured in China only. Not only that, our experiment, what we have done, you can see in our website, the hardware experiment to Raspberry Pi. All the equipments we got from the China only. I mean, made in China. So China electronics is growing like a rocket, exactly 90 degree from the earth, not a slant. So 21st century belongs to China. China used to be like India only earlier, developing nation. India developing nation, China developing. More or less Asia was developing. Now I don't know China is a developing nation or developed nation, whatever, I don't know. But certainly it is now pioneer in electronics. There is no comparison of China in electronics anywhere in the world now. All the electronic equipment, ICs to transistor to resistor to diode to whatever it is China made going everywhere globally. Now laptop, now mobile, all companies are, they are thumping, jumping, whatever. We are talking about China space station. Can someone believe this? Russia do not have a space station. America do not have a space station. Space station means a fixed station in the space that lies around 350 kilometers from the Earth. In that region, there is an international space station that is led by many countries: United Kingdom, France, Germany, Russia, United States. That is called International Space Station. That is very big, and inside that people go stay there for typically 6 months and do many experiments in the space station, then they come back. If anyone knows that China has a space station, I believe it is called Tiangong space station, in a space between 350 kilometer to 450 kilometer from the earth. China has a fixed space station. There are only two space stations. One is International Space Station and one is China Space Station. Means China has no comparison with India. India is coming in shadow of China, whatever it is. Now, China has made the successful space station in 2021. It is around 3 years from now. Now, the news is kind of, it is thumping because 30th October, that is 6 days prior, today is 5th November. So 5th November, 30th October, 4:27 a.m. from Ganasu region. Ganasu region is south of the Mongolia, and Ganasu region typically it falls in Gobi Desert. So Ganasu region and then the Qinghai region. In between there is a mountain range. So Qinghai region comes in Tibetan plateau, and then mountain range, and post the I will Kilian mountain, very famous mountain, Kilian mountain. So post the Kilian mountain, north of the Kilian mountain is the Ganasu region, and west of the Ganasu region is the very famous Lop Nur lake. Lop Nur. Nur means, I believe, river or water where it becomes low. Means that is a big lake. Used to be. Now there is no Lop Nur. It is a kind of. So what China is doing is that near the Ganasu region, near the Lop Nur region, Lop Nur lake is dried out. It was a salt lake, and in that Tarim river used to mix Sule river that was coming from the Kilian mountain. Lop Nur lake is dried up, and that full region China has made a kind of a testing place. Around 45 atomic testing, more than that, China has already done. Around 50 atomic tests China has done at the Lop Nur lake site. India has done, I believe, three. No comparison. Now, China has in Gansu region, China has made the kind of space lifting. Means rocket would go and then go to the space program in Gansu region. I will read out the name. So, the space program on 30th of the October, 6 days back, three astronauts or three scientists, three engineers, two are men and one is women. Now they uplifted to the Tiangong space station, and they entered the space station, and the rocket brought back the people who were in the space station. Now these people would stay there till May June time frame. 6 months is the tenure. Okay, from India, it looks like little awkward because India is far behind. Only Rakesh Sharma went to space, that is through the Mir space station or something, through the Russia space program. Rakesh Sharma went to the space for some time, 1 day, 2 day, whatever it is. Not 6 months like that. Okay, that's it. Now, from the China, see that their advancement in the space now. But anyway, if someone is going ahead and doing something which is proud for humanity, then we clap. Amazing. Please do better than this. But even better would be if India either matches this or go beyond it. Otherwise, India would start coming in severe shadow of the China. Anyway, India is in shadow of China. It will start coming more in the shadow of the China. India is ahead of the China in population, in poverty, in unemployment, in hunger index. Those places India is ahead of the China. Otherwise, there is no comparison. Unfortunately, from the Indian side, but we wish all the best to the China space program, that please go beyond it so that we would be able to see as a human being, we be able to know more about it. And whatever you see, whatever you do, the laboratory test and experiment, please share with everyone so that human being would know it. So space program from China, that is coming as a kind of counterpart or in parallel to the America. America, I don't know they are happy or not happy, but China is growing like a rocket. In 21st century belong to China. Asia is kind of looking at China somehow. Now China has rover on the moon. China has rover on the Mars. India sent Chandrayaan and rover on the moon. But where that rover went, I don't know. Why I am saying this, 1000 crore. First rover failed, 1000 crore went in water. Means India is a country where 50% people do not have two-time food in a day. Okay, in that sense, now another rover they sent, and it is called that it descended successfully on the southern globe of the moon. That is difficult to achieve that, but we don't have any photograph. What is the meaning of spending 1000 crore only in the Chandrayaan descending the rover when we don't have any photograph on YouTube or anywhere? We don't see any photograph of the Chandrayaan rover that is now roaming on the moon. Either it is not roaming or it is in deep slumber. I don't what it is. 1000 crore went, but we don't see anything. You see the American rover on Mars, they miss you keep seeing the photograph of the Mars. Miss very good. Miss we feel elated. We feel kind of lucky when we see the photograph of Mars, photograph of Moon. But this Chandrayaan landed. There is no photograph of the Moon at all. India has sent a rocket to the satellite to the Mars, but there is no rover over there. Anyway, we will see what is the scenario that has happened from the China. So China space program, China space station, it is looking like this is something that is intimidating or something a problem for United States. So China space station is Jikuan. So Jikuan is the place in the Gansu region where two men and one woman. Now they went to the 4:27 a.m. 4:27 a.m. and through the spaceship name is Saint John. Saint John 19. Saint John 19 is the spaceship through which two men and one woman they went. 2021 China had set up the space station very new, and it happened because from the International Space Station United States they did not want China to be there because of the people, because they have problem with the uh, People's Republican Army or something like that. Okay, so the army that is not very famous of the China, People's Liberation Army, PLA. So People's Liberation Army, even Indian also say what is people and what is liberation there, we don't know. But anyway, it's a matter of pride and it is matter of happiness. This is what I would say that someone is doing this much. Okay, now 2021 China Space Station started in Tiangong. This is known as Tiangong Space Station, and 6 months period people go there. So one is Mr. Some Zuhe is the mission commander, and he had already visited in 2022. So some Zuhe and he is visiting again. And there is one Mr. Song Lingdong and Wang Huije. So these three, Mr. Huje, Zuhe, Song Lingdong, and Wang Huje, three went to the space station. So Song is an Air Force pilot, and Zhu He is the commander, and he is had already gone. I believe second time he is going there. And Wang is an engineer. Okay, who is women and who is men? I don't know. Wang is an engineer in the China aerospace. Now China has Mars explorer also and Moon explorer also. Yutu. 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 Yutu is the name of China Moon rover, and it went in 2030. And Zhurong is the Mars rover, 240 kg weight. It went in 2021, one in 2013, 2021. Same story. There is no photograph from any Chinese rover also. So this is expected that if you spread the news, then you should share the photograph and video also, so that people would feel pride of it. Okay, that is required. Now, through the Moon Explorer, now China has brought rock sample and soil sample from the moon, and they are doing the research. And NASA is now claiming that by 2026, that is 2 years from now, NASA is sending moon program, and there the astronaut would descend on the moon again after 50 years on the moon. So 2026 NASA astronaut would descend on the moon. So last time there was infamous story that it was a fake landing or whatever. Now I believe it will not be a scenario because satellites are roaming around moon, many countries satellite. I believe so. India has also satellite, Chandrayaan, and they have rover. China has rover. So it would be now cannot be fake. So whatever would be happen, everyone would see it. Okay, anyway, so NASA is probably they would not be happy with it, but whatever it is. So 2003, the China had sent the first crew to the space, and it happened. It has done by only three countries: United States, Soviet Union, and China. That crew member went to space. So that is the scenario. Now there is a anyway there is a mobile war and electronics war that is going on between China and Russia and America. Now the space war has begun. So I believe in 2007, China has blown up one American satellite through its rocket. In 2009, one American and one Russian satellite, they collapsed each other accidentally. Now in the space there is a debris. In the space there is a debris. Now America is saying that China is creating the debris in the space, and their astronaut would go and clean it and bring the debris on the earth. Whatever the scenario is, it is matter of too much happiness that China has done it, and there is a space station in China fixed, and only two space stations are there. Very nice. But it would be better nice if India can do it also.